Hi everyone, I'm Kanchan Begnani, a data scientist and an educator. Let's see today what is descriptive statistics and let's talk more about central tendency aspect. Let's get started. Let's first understand what is descriptive statistics. So descriptive statistics is all about summarizing and describing data. Now, instead of looking at raw numbers, okay, your data could be huge. So what if we could summarize that data? We could maybe, present it in more meaningful way. So that is all about what descriptive statistics do. And there are various ways of describing your data. Okay, like central tendency, then you check the spread, position, visual summarizes, like charts, graphs, tables, and so on and so forth. In this video, I'm going to concentrate on the first one, that is central tendency. We'll talk about mean, median, and mode. Okay, let's get started. So central tendency, okay, as the name suggests, it's all about finding the center of your data. Okay, so where your data is concentrated. And there are three ways or three measures to find central tendency. So instead of looking at all the data, what if I could find one representative so that you can describe your data? So imagine, okay, if in a class of 100 students, you want to appoint a monitor, okay, which would represent your entire class. So that's what we are going to do in this. So there are various ways: mean, median, mode. We'll talk through each of them and understand how to calculate, when to use what, and so on. So as per the definition, mean is the sum of all values divided by the number of values. Let's take some example. Let's take I have marks of 50 students. So we have marks of 50 students and I am interested in knowing the mean. Okay, so the marks of the students could be 55, 65, 75, again maybe 64, and so forth. Like these, I have 50 numbers and I need to find the mean. So I'll add up all of them, and divide by 50. Let's say example, I get 65. Okay, so I can say that, the average marks of 50 students is 65. So you add up all the numbers and then divide it by number of values. So in this case, it is 50. And imagine, okay, let's assume that you get 65 as your answer. You say 65 is your mean or it's an average. So that's your mean. Okay, now let's go for median. So median, as the name suggests, it's the middle value in the ordered list. Okay, so this word is very important. You need to first sort your data in ascending order so that you have an ordered list, and then you find the middle value. Okay, so if there are two middle values, you'll just take an average of them. Okay, and if you have one middle value, then that's a mean. So assuming that you sort everything, all these 50 numbers in ascending order, and your middle number is 75. Okay, so that would be your median. Okay, so the median or the middle value, that would be your median. Okay, now what is mode? Mode is a value that occurs most frequent. Okay, when I say most frequent, in this case, if we are having marks of 50 students, and if majority of the students have got maybe 70 marks. Okay, so you have people who have scored less, you have people who have also scored more, but okay, majority of the students have got 70. Imagine that, maybe 10 students have got 70. So you'll have 70 as the mode. So in this case, 70 would be the mode value, okay, or a modal value. So in a data, you might not have any mode because your data would not have any value that is occurring more number of times. You could have one mode, like in this case, 70 is occurring maybe 10 times. None of the other number is occurring maybe 10 times or more. So 70 is your mode, or you can have multiple modes. Multiple modes meaning you can also have bimodal, where maybe 10 students have got 70 as well as 10 students have scored 80. So in that case, 70 and 80 are the modes of the data set. So you can have no mode, one mode, or multiple modes. I hope this is clear. Maybe we take a smaller example and get into actual calculation. So I've taken a pretty small data set where what you see is the salary. So we have 7 employees and we have the salary as maybe monthly salaries as 25K, 28K, 30K, 30, 32, 35, and 80K. So if I have to find mean, it would be simple. I'm just ignoring the K. So add all the numbers. So 25 plus this, okay, plus 30 plus 30 plus 32 plus 35 plus 80. And as we have 7 employees, I'll just divide it by 7. Okay, so let me just do the math for you quickly. $260 divided by 7, which gives us a value of 37.14. Okay, so this would be mean. Okay, so mean salary of 7 employees is 37.14. Now, if you look at this value, okay, the mean that you have got is, it lies here, right? It doesn't represent the majority because majority of the employees have actually got less than 37.14K. What is happening is there's an outlier in the data set. Okay, now let me take a pause and define what is outlier. Outlier is any data point which is very different from majority of the values. So in this case, majority of the employees have the salary range between maybe 25 to 35, but one employee has salary of 80K. Okay, that's why your entire average is biased or maybe it's affected. You're getting your average at the higher end. Okay, so if you have outliers in your data, okay, now outliers could be at both the ends. It could be at the higher end, it could be at the lower end. So outlier is a value which is very different from majority of the data set. Then you don't want to consider mean. Okay, this will not give you a correct picture. In that cases, if you have outliers in your data, we go for something called as median. Okay, now median, what we said, it's the middle value. You arrange your data in ascending order or the ordered list. I see that the data is already in the ordered list, right? You find the middlemost value. So this is your middle value, right? 3 values are to the left, 3 values are to the right. So in this case, median is 30K. At least, 30K represents majority of the data set. So in this case, rather than going for mean, we should go for median. And if I ask about mode, okay, in this data set, what's the mode? Every number is occurring once, but only 30K is occurring twice. So mode is a value which occurs majority of the time. So in this case, mode again is 30K. So this summarizes mean, median, mode. So let me just summarize this descriptive statistics, more of central tendency for you and understand, okay, when to use what. When we talk about your data is, balanced, okay, or it does not have any outliers, then you could go for mean. So no outliers and your data looks balanced, pretty much balanced, then you go for mean. If your data is skewed, that means you have outliers. So you would not go for mean because that's affected. So in this case, you would go for median. And mode, in this case, if your data is categorical, okay, that means no numbers, they're represented as categorical data, or you're interested in knowing, okay, what is the most common pattern, then you would go for mode. Okay, so that's about central tendency, mean, median, and mode. I hope this video is helpful. Let me know in the comment section. Thank you.